to Seattle or go to San Francisco, and you're just going over the top of us. The purpose of this meeting and this event is for us to have the Chinese come to Oregon and see the beauties that we have.
It shows your profound friendship and your desire, strong desire, and enthusiasm to promote the interaction between our two sides.
We understand each other both culturally, but it's also important that we understand how important we are to each other in our economies.
During the 3 days, together with Oregon local governments and people, the Chinese delegation attended Oregon Shakespeare Festival, joined the business luncheon with local politicians, business elites, Chinese counselors, and the media. In the afternoon of the second day, the participants enjoyed a jet boat excursion tour
Hellgate.
where the visitors enjoyed the beautiful scenery of Oregon.
The gateway to hell.
A local businessman invited most of the visitors to a dinner party at his beautiful vineyard mansion. Local Oregon people and visitors enjoyed delicious wine and food and shared a wonderful time. The Business and Education Conference was held on the third day. Representatives from Chinese companies and local corporations gave their speeches.
The very first day, I have the pleasure to enjoy the Oregon Shakespeare Festival.
We're starting to expand into the United States. So we're starting our growth right now.
It's going to be a bigger and bigger connection between China and the U.S. Southern Oregon.
下一步呢，我们想推进就是3个亿万。
We do hope that in the next few years, we will have more and more Chinese companies coming to invest here, and we will have more and more made in Oregon products exported to China.
During the 3 days they spent together, people from different cultural backgrounds shaking each other's hands, talking and getting to know each other much better. Monica Carlisle, Yi Binghe, Cici San, ICN San Francisco.
On the topic of the whole, the body scanners, mine actually have been put there. So they that think we're their property can look at the inventory and take a pick of the candy when they so desire. It's kind of a little suspicions I have about these body scanners that they have been conditioning us to walk through for those of us that are still traveling through the airports. So that's what's got me a little bit surprised to see this other report. Not so much shocked or surprised, but just here we go. So the saga continues. Airport employs holographic staff. Now, I mean, we've got people being prepared in this country to assume the position, right? And now they're telling us that we're going to be greeted by some sort of holographic staff. So here's the report for this.
Bonjour, je vous invite à vous diriger vers votre porte d'embarquement.
In case languages aren't your thing, he's welcoming you to the boarding gates at an airport in Paris.
Bonjour, je vous invite à vous diriger vers la porte.
Let me see this one more. Let's go.
He's welcoming you to the boarding gates at an airport in Paris.
This is real, folks. This is your world today. Holograms. How you doing? How you doing?
It's a pilot scheme that sees speaking holograms replacing the signs you normally see in terminals telling you which way to go.
Oh no, there's
and
no
they're
conspiracy.
so real,
Holograms
people keep
are talking
trying
to
to
you.
touch
Come here.
them.
Right here, right in the box. Everything is fine. Alex Dancer is totally friggin' crazy. He focuses on the negative. Come here.
They materialize seemingly out of thin air.
Je vous invite à vous Bonjour, je vous invite à vous diriger vers la porte d'embarquement.
Oh, wow.
They materialize seemingly out of thin air when a real member of staff presses a button. They're designed to make passengers' airport experiences easier and more enjoyable.
Hi, mommy. Calvi. Okay, and it'll know the child's name too, because of the cell phone or the smart card or any other type of electronic. Ooh, take this or your kid will be kidnapped. And so we'll have that, so the machine will know its name, so some sort of a recognition can be built upon that, between that and the computer. And speaking of that, I just saw this the other day. The robots with emotions who like a cuddle and can recognize faces. Now that's a face only a mother can love. Maybe his appearance that is pressing the wrong buttons with some young acquaintances. Heart Robot has been programmed to react emotionally, depending on how he is treated, has brought out the bully in many of the visitors to a science event. The electronic puppet, created by scientists at the University of the West of England in Bristol, visibly relaxes in response. Why am I hearing commercials? I'm hearing commercials actually within this article. Continuing on, the electronic puppet created by scientists at the University of West England, Bristol, visibly relaxes in response to soothing, low sounds or a gentle touch. But when jolted with a loud noise or sudden movement, his pulse races and his fists clench. This robot, Heart Robot, looks like a cross between E.T. and Gollum from Lord of the Rings, which is Gollum from Lord of the Rings, is how many psychics also describe demons. When they're able to see through the veil and see into the other dimension, they liken Gollum to be like what a demon may actually look like. Continuing on, Heart Robot, created by scientists at the University of West England in Bristol, was designed to explore what happens when machines interact emotionally with humans, but he also reveals something about the psychological differences between preteen children. Holly says he's half robot, half puppet. You move him around by hand, but he has innate responses that appear emotional. And so we definitely are entering into the land of man and machine merging, and also man and machine mating. We need to cover some of this as well. Some of you may remember this very famous scene post 2008 election. The clip where the woman saying, "I'm not going to have to pay my bills anymore," because Obama was elected. Now Obama is being referred to as the food stamp president. Of course, for those of you that are aware of what's going on, this was in Bush's war. This is not Obama's war. It's the New World Order's war. And to get divided over puppets is basically something that fools do at this point. But it's important to understand that so much has happened in just the last presidency. While people were drunk off of the idea of change, that many people are now off of their unemployment benefits and now only are surviving on food stamps. This has become the norm for many people's way of life. Now, the interesting thing about humans, Homo sapiens, whatever we are, is we adapt to anything. We adapt to basically sitting in our own fecal matter. Human beings will also adapt to psychosis-like behavior, like one part of the society believing that they're kings and princesses and gods and queens and have some sort of a divine right to rule. We also see other forms of psychosis in our society, people that say they're not racist, but subconsciously have that elitist type of, I'm too cool for school, and I only have to worry about things that I believe affect me and my own personal skin, because that's what's important, that's what's real. We see these examples of psychotic behavior, antisocial behavior, but it's important for us to go back and reflect on some of the news that's been passing by us the last couple of weeks. In Georgia, it's now being announced that some people are already losing their food stamps. Now, it's been described as a glitch, but was it really a glitch, say, a month ago when, say, some Oregon National Guard soldiers didn't receive a paycheck right around the same time that they were putting that little ticker in the news scroll on MSNBC saying, Obama says if you don't pass the new debt ceiling agreement, just like they said with the whole Baker bailout thing of 2008, that the sky will fall, that people won't get their Social Security checks, people won't get Medicare, worst of all, the troops won't get paid. Well, kind of interesting timing, don't you think, for the Oregon National Guard troops, a few of them, to not get paid about a month ago? But no, you don't really hear the mainstream media say, oh, I don't know, connecting some dots here. So here we're seeing this situation in Georgia. The population is getting prepped for some sort of disaster where they're going to have to look towards the government, some sort of help or aid. And so if more people are running off of the unemployment benefits, ending up homeless on the streets, I will say this, because I'd like to talk to people in different walks of life, different so-called demographics. It does not matter how rich someone is. It does not matter how poor someone is. If someone doesn't want to know about what's going on this planet, to their country, to their lives, they're not going to know. They're not going to be receptive. And there's a whole lot of people that are in the lower income bracket in this city that would just as much stay in that situation they're in and take another drink. There also are a lot of people that aren't in that box, and those are the people that need to get more active. Now, here's the story on what's happening in Georgia, and then we'll continue the conversation.
The story that is all new tonight on The Edge. Justin. Tom, state officials admit to me tonight that something went wrong down in Clayton County at the office.
For the last couple of years, so he's taking a month off for a little me time.
All right,
but it's not just for rest.
Bill, I'm not really sure where that other audio is coming from, so this is gonna be a little bit awkward.
It's one of your open windows.
I have about 20 open windows.
Okay, it's one of them.
It's one of the 20 open windows. Well, that helps. Thank you, Mike. It's one of the 20 open windows, everybody. Okay. How many times can Alex Ansary say 503-288-4442. This would be a great time to hear from some of the people that normally wait till the last 5 minutes of the show to perhaps call a little bit earlier than the last 5 minutes of the show. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, a nudge, nudge, a wink, wink. Okay, do we still got interference? Do we still have interference? Master control? We're okay? Okay, we will go ahead and continue on with that video.
It administers food stamps and Medicaid, but they're still not sure what. Parents tell me tonight they can't buy food without those food stamps.
This food stamp card ain't got number 17 cents on it.
Terry Clark says she stood in line for more than 6 hours at Clayton County's Human Services office because food stamp help for her 6 children unexpectedly ended.
There's no telling my kids that we can't eat. I'm not taking no, because my babies don't deserve that. Nobody kids should go hungry down here in Georgia.
State officials say this office was overwhelmed today, with dozens of families facing a similar problem. The food stamps just not there.
Me and my kids, they haven't ate since this morning. And I was supposed to get my food stamps yesterday, and I didn't get nothing.
So they was getting angry. They started banging on the windows.
A state spokesperson tells me what happened here today was out of the ordinary and it was unexpected, but they say they're not sure what exactly went wrong. What was the glitch that led to this mess?
Our budgets have not increased. They've been actually decreased.
This director admitted to me there were problems here as he tried to calm fears. And a statement, a state spokesperson says, quote, "We have both state and county staff working to understand the cause of the problem today. We are working to ensure people receive their food stamps as soon as possible."
I'm a cancer patient. I need these pills to survive. Okay?
Candace Bennett says her cancer medications have nearly run.
Now, it kind of makes you have a flashback to statements like this from the not so distant past.
Peggy Joseph took her daughter out of school early Wednesday for this. Her emotions ran high following Obama's speech.
It was the most memorable time of my life. It was a touching moment because I never thought this day would ever happen. I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage. You know, if I help him, he's going to help putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage.